Okay, today we're going to talk about frosted quartz crystal bowls and the tuning of them, and then mallets, and just a couple of note combinations. So we talk about notes, right? So if you really want to determine just how precisely in tune your bowl is, what note it is, go and pick up a free app or purchase an app. We actually tended to like the iStrobo Soft app. It's a chromatic tuner and it's $10. So if you open that up and you play the bowl, it'll show you the note, the octave, so it's fourth octave D, and then sense. So this is telling you how close to 440 hertz is it. Now in another video we will really delve into this 440 hertz compared to 432 hertz and other hertz, and plus minus. So just really briefly, plus minus, the sense is telling you this tuner is calibrated to 440 hertz, so we're gauging whether or not it's in tune off of 440 hertz. And you know, this one's very close to perfect. I mean, when you have something that's within plus or minus 5, we really refer to that as a perfect pitch. And if it's 0, which this one pretty much is, then it's just dead on perfect. So again, plus or minus. If you start to get plus 10, say you want to mix a D and an A, which is a beautiful harmony. Right, there's your A. Now this one is plus 5 or 4. So if you mix a plus 4 with a 0, it's not noticeable at all that it sounds beautiful. So again, when you're looking at your plus minus, if this were plus 10 and this was minus 10, you might notice a slight kind of like, well, is it perfect? How does that sound? And you might not. So it has to, you know, it goes all the way to plus 50, you know, with this range with the plus minus. So we're going to go into that more detail in another video, but that's the quick version. You want to know, is this bowl at least, what note is it? Is it in a close to a pitch, perfect pitch, so that I can then combine with other bowls and other sounds, because everything has a frequency, and if you want to make harmonies and really good sounding music, you got to know what your instruments are doing, what sounds they're making. So if a D mixes with an A, it's a beautiful sound, right? You can add the F sharp. This is F sharp. Makes like a beautiful triad. So all three sound nice together. Now I'm using silicone mallet. So this is silicone. Right, it's wrapped on just a quartz wand kind of thing. That's a hard surface, you wouldn't use that on the bowl, but it's good for gripping, and it makes a very minimal drag. So you're using the mallet, and I'm not really hearing the mallet too much on the bowl. Now it does take a little bit longer for the sound to appear when you use this mallet. If you use, say, one of these larger rubber mallets, right, you can get the sound quick and strong sound, so it's a bigger surface kind of creating more friction, but you hear that mallet more rubbing, right? So with the silicone mallet, you can get one that's just all silicone. You can get one with the quartz handle. This is more, a little higher cost with the quartz. This is just your basic silicone mallet. And then you have a combination where if you want the rubber ball and the silicone, it's a combination. And then here's just a smaller one. Now this is pretty nifty because it's a different type of, I guess, rubber. I'm not, you know, trained in exactly what are these. I know this is called silicone. I feel like there might be some silicone in this compared to this. So this is more hard and smooth. There's a little more grip here, a different texture. So this mallet will give you a soft, you know, not too much drag and still really get the sound. Versus this, you do hear this more. Okay, best case, you're trying them out yourself, but again, if you're ordering or something, we can make you personal videos and talk you through different opinions on what we think's best. This mallet works really nice on your larger bowls. This bowl, this is 16-inch. I'm really liking 16 and 14-inch bowls because I can then use my yarn mallet to just tap them. And when I want to get that sound really quick and easy, I just tapped it. Now, again, no disclaimer here, no saying that, oh, Billy at Skinny Beats says you can just hit your crystal bowls with a big yarn mallet and everything will be fine. I mean, generally, I've never broke a bowl with this, but I'm sure, I mean, this is not your most durable, you know, structure of frosted bowl like this, but I tap the bowls with this, it works great. And even a 14-inch bowl, it's great. But notice how it rocked. So that was because compared to these two, I have them on padded cushions versus I have this on an O-ring. You know, if you buy a crystal bowl, it comes with an O-ring, and it most commonly comes with just a suede mallet, which I don't even have them because I have boxes of them, because as soon as I get the suede mallet, it just goes in the box. And I basically tell everyone you need a silicone mallet or you need the rubber mallet, because the suede mallet is sort of like a thing of the past. It really creates drag. That's really the least good, you know, mallet to use on a frosted bowl. And setting it on the O-ring does allow the bowl to resonate at its maximum. If you're setting it on a big padded cushion, especially if it's a smaller bowl, it's going to reduce its resonance a little bit. But like if it's a 14-inch, you know, to me that's like the cutoff. You can still put it on that cushion, especially if you're going to be doing any of the tapping like that. And the reason I do a lot of the tapping is because I want to then make other sounds, and I don't want to take the time to wait for the sound to arrive. And also, you still, no matter what mallet you use, it does create a little sound, you know, of the mallet rubbing the bowl. So with this tapping with the yarn mallet, you really reduce that effect. It's just your own personal way of doing it. I still do rub bowls. I mean, I still use the mallets. It just depends on how I'm working with them. But let's just wrap up the video here and say, okay, you know, these are your different gong mallets or crystal bowl mallets. And if you want to hear another really well-known just note combination, this is a 24-inch frosted bowl. It's a C, right? So that's a really deep, that's a third octave, you know, and then we can combine that with a G. That's a perfect fifth. Just a wonderful combination of sounds. And then if you want to add an F, right, it takes you in a little different direction. So you start to play around like, wow, how can I combine different sounds? That's a D. So you can start to make a progression. If you want to repeat a progression, you start to entrain whoever maybe you're playing for or just for yourself. You start to get into a pattern, you know? Right? And then if you want to like do that for 5 minutes, just those 4 bowls, and then suddenly maybe you add in A, right? So D, A, we did that earlier, you know, so then you just keep going in different directions. F sharp, right? Whoa, you're really doing something different now because you just had the F earlier. So if you want to do these sounds that might not sound like what you're expecting, that would be, you know, your choice to say, okay, I don't want to always just do these sweeping, uplifting patterns. You might want to get something a little more mysterious, you know, and that's where some of the sharps can really come in. You know, F sharp is a really great sound. They're all, every sound, you can talk about every sound. So we'll spend more time in another video, and please email us or call us, our website, all the info, skinnybeatsdrums.com. Thanks for checking us out.